Several people were hurt after a structure collapsed in Adams County. This happened yesterday afternoon, and 4 people were taken to the hospital. Now, news reporter Darius Johnson joins us live from outside of Denver Health this morning. And Darius, what do we know?
Hey there, Corey. Good morning to you. So far, we know at least 4 people were taken to the hospital and they were hurt when this structure collapsed in Adams County. Now, officials tell us this happened at 85th and Ulster, and it was the location of Instale Steel West. Go ahead and take a look at some of this video from Sky 9 when they were above the scene yesterday. You can see large, twisted metal beams on the ground outside the building. However, it's unclear how the beams collapsed or if they fell onto any of the workers who were there at that time. South Adams Fire says 4 people were taken to the hospital, but at this point in time, they haven't said how those people are doing. Back out here live right now, our newsroom is currently working to check in with South Adams to try to see if we can get an update. We're also checking in with Denver Health to see if we can get an update on those 4 workers' conditions. We're also trying to get a little bit more information as to what exactly happened and how this structure collapsed. Once we get all that information, we'll be sure to update you. Corey Rose, back to you in studio.
Appreciate it as always, Darius. Thank you.
A teacher in Larimer County is accused of sexually assaulting a student, and now investigators think there might be more victims. The Larimer County Sheriff's Office says Robert Denise is accused of assaulting a former student at Cash Laputer Middle School. The Sheriff's Office says this happened in the early 2000s, but because of the charges and Denise's job, they're worried this may have happened to other students as well. Anyone with information is asked to call the Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers of Larimer County. That number is listed there on your screen.
For the first time since the student shot 2 administrators inside East High School, parents are getting a chance to let the board know exactly how they feel about school safety. They shared their frustrations for hours. Some parents showed up with T-shirts calling on the board to resign. Many of them were upset that 2 untrained staff members were patting down the student looking for weapons before he shot them. And they say they want more information and transparency about the district's safety plans.
I'm shocked to hear about the extremes that DPS staff are having to take to try and stop incidents of violence in their schools.
If you don't make changes, what responsibility will you bear when, not if, but when the next shooting happens?
Parents also say they hope DPS leaders will listen to teachers and other staff about their ideas. DPS is now auditing its safety policies and reevaluating how it places some potentially dangerous students back in classrooms. 9
News has learned that decision was shared privately with school deans, who are the ones responsible for patting down certain students for weapons. Denver Public Schools will not tell us how many students require daily pat downs, but we do know that more than 800 students who could be a danger to themselves or others have gone through threat assessments this school year. Superintendent Alex Marrero says he is putting together a variety of groups to audit this safety plan. The first draft will be released on May 1st.
In Jefferson County, instead of sending their kids to school at Great Work Montessori, parents went to an emergency meeting. The school told parents this week they didn't have enough staff for a safe learning environment. And parents say it's not the first time this has happened.
The kids are really confused, and you can tell their emotions are high, and we aren't getting good communication, so we aren't even quite sure how to communicate with our kids in a age-appropriate way of what's going on, because we're not quite sure what's going on.
Parents say there have been leadership changes at the school, and staff have expressed concern about the new head of the school. Jeffco Schools offered substitutes last week to try to help with the situation. Just wasn't enough, though. School leaders would not tell us anything more about the situation.
A federal judge says Colorado cannot ban so-called abortion pill reversal treatments, at least for now. Experts say the treatments used to reverse a medical abortion are unproven and not based on science. Colorado banned the practice as part of a group of bills focused on abortion and transgender care. Then over the weekend, a religious clinic called Bella Health and Wellness sued the state, saying the ban violates First Amendment rights to free speech and religious exercise. A judge agreed, saying Colorado is the only state to ban the treatment. The ban extends to at least October, when the state's medical board will weigh in. The ruling also temporarily kills Colorado's deceptive practices ban, which stops anti-abortion centers from marketing themselves as abortion clinics.
The defamation trial against Fox News is scheduled to start this morning. Colorado-based Dominion Voting Systems is suing Fox for $1.6 billion. The company is accusing the network of spreading false claims that Dominion rigged the 2020 election. Court documents show that Fox News personalities privately admitted to knowing those on-air claims were false. The trial was supposed to start yesterday, but the judge delayed it at the last minute.
You have just a few hours left to file your taxes. Today is that deadline. If you miss it and owe the IRS any money, you'll have to pay that money and a 0.5% penalty on the amount each month. You can also request an extension or file for free on the IRS website if you make less than $73,000. The IRS says refunds are lower this year, about $360 less per person. The IRS says some of that was expected with the end of stimulus checks and certain child tax programs.
And one thing you need to know about your forecast is that it's going to be breezy today, windy and warm for us, gusts between 25 to 35 miles per hour through this afternoon. This evening, even ramping up at 11:30 between 35 and 45 miles per hour in the Denver metro area. And those strong winds continue through the day tomorrow, double digits all around. We're seeing a few 40s along the I-25 corridor and along the I-70 corridor. So make sure to be careful, especially for those high-profile vehicles out there. The crosswinds are going to be very strong.